What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today we are taking a look at an artisan knife. Now I don't have any packaging. The packaging that comes with it was CJRB stuff, so no point in showing that. But this is the Artisan Wizard. So this was a Kickstarter that very recently ended. Now I'm sure, just like with the Pyrite that they did, the Perfect Pyrite project, this will become available onto their main site or their main collection after a little while. But this is, again, the Artisan Wizard. Now this is their latest button lock, kind of ultra high end, or not ultra high end, but their latest high end button lock. So this is kind of like the the Perfect Pyrite project, but just done as an artisan with a different design. Of course, I believe this is a duck design. I believe it's the designer there, but I could be wrong. I'll annotate it here if I am. This is the Sorcerer model. So there are a couple of different versions that go all the way up to some sort of freaking high-end, crazy, super ultra polished and Timascus, everything. But we're not going to talk about all them. We're just going to talk about the one we got in front of us here. So total for your specs, total length, you're looking at 7.64 and a 3.47 blade. It is only 3 ounces, so 3.02 ounces, which is incredibly lightweight for that blade length. And I think that's kind of one of the biggest things that makes this knife so incredible, is that that handle, or that blade to weight ratio, is really, really incredible. And these things are running S90. It says 59 to 61, so it's pretty wide range there. But I do know Artisan does their S90 pretty well. This particular model is going to be 200 plus at the end of the day. I think they were 200 on the Kickstarter, and of course they will go up from there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it. It is Arctic Storm Fat Carbon though on this one. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that nice and up close here. So here we are looking at a sandblasted titanium. And then there's that beautiful Arctic Storm. This is another really great job on that. T8 hardware does have a reversible pocket clip with an insert. The insert does screw in from the backside. You can kind of see that screw there. A really nice slender pocket clip. Works very, very well. Again, another inlay there. The inlays are done really well too. Really nicely done. I believe this is a prototype as well, which makes it even better. Pivot collar there. You're looking at really nice bright pivot collars. And then here's something that really sets this knife apart. It does have the floating backspacer. This thing absolutely sings whenever you open or close the knife in a certain way. It does allow it to sing a little bit, which is pretty stinking cool. Button lock, standard plunge lock. Here is they're calling it a sand polished blade, but that looks like just a really nice high polished machine satin, or high polished satin to me. You do have a bit of a harpoon there on the swedge. Really nice job here on this. And then of course there is your designer logo. I'm sorry, my lights are just kind of freaking us out here, but there is your logo, S90V. Sharpening job on this thing is done really, really well. Plunge grind, it leaves a lot to be desired. That plunge grind is pretty much non-existent, so you're going to get a smile instantly. That's one thing I would definitely, one nitpick I would throw on there. Sharpening is done well. Tip looks to be off to one side just a little bit there. Nah, I don't know. It's hard to tell with it being such a shiny blade. It looks pretty doggone good. That's pretty good. Close enough for me anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the hardware before I forget. I've got a bit of wiggle there. Solid there. Same. And then it is a double-sided pivot, so we've got a little bit of wiggle on that side as well. Typical with CJRB, Artisan Cutlery, their button locks are done really well. They've got great blade retention. They always have a little bit of button stick right out of the gate, which this one does as well. Just a really good job. It does have a nice front flipper, so that works well. I mean, it's an Artisan button lock. I mean, you guys know by now, these things are done really well. Jimping is phenomenal, even though I would like it to be a little bit longer, so you have a little bit more out here on your thumb. What is there does work very, very well. Absolutely gorgeous knife. Gorgeous design. You do have a nice little choke up spot, which works pretty well. You are getting up onto the blade at that point, but it's still not bad. Everything is nice and chamfered. There's no contouring to speak of, but everything is chamfered off really, really nicely. There's no hot spots on this thing anywhere. Just absolutely, just a great job on this knife in general. And price, it's not bad. I mean, $200 for S90 in titanium with inlays, it's really not bad. I don't know exactly where the price point's going to be on this thing, but that, you know, right around $200, even if it might be like $230, $240, something like that. Still not unheard of for this. There you can kind of hear this thing sing a little bit. So that backspacer, like I said, it does sing when you flip it open or when you close it. And sometimes it probably sings when you flip it open too, but with your hand there, it doesn't allow it to vibrate. So I really like this knife. It's not one personally that I would buy. It's kind of like I had the perfect pyrite, and I bought it. Ended up selling it just because it really, really high-end button locks just don't do it for me. I don't know what it is about them. I enjoy button locks, but something about these, it just doesn't really do a whole lot for me. All right, y'all. Well, that is pretty much it. Like I said, I don't want to ramble on too much about this thing. I want to thank each and every one of you as always. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.